For 5 months with Double Duty Flea Collars. Use Double Duty Fogger to kill fleas and ticks in your home. Fight pests 2 ways with the Double Duty system. Get it at the Snoopy Pet Center. At your favorite store.
Questions. If you've been injured in an accident, you've got a right to ask questions. What's my case worth? How long will I have to wait? Will I have to go to court? Discuss your questions with the Scranton Law Firm. Experienced accident specialists. You'll get answers for no charge over the phone. Check your yellow pages under attorneys or white pages under Scranton. The Scranton Law Firm. Advice that can make a difference.
So far, Michael Schenkman has won cash and prizes totaling $9,439. Today, one of our contestants could win a stereo system, his and hers watches, a brass desk, or a trip to Hong Kong, and continue a journey towards a fortune in cash and prizes, including the Chevrolet Camaro, and $50,000 in cash. In total, over $100,000 on Sale of the Century. Show, Jim Perry.
Hello there. Thank you very much. Nice to have you here. Delighted to have you with us here for College Week on Sale of the Century. Let's welcome back our college champion, the pride of Stanford University, Michael Schenkman. Hello there, Michael.
How are you?
I'm fine. Do you feel like the pride of Stanford today?
I feel wonderful. As good as summer looks, I feel that way.
You are doing terrific. Over $9,400 in cash and prizes. $3,200 of that is cold cash.
That's incredible.
Are you ready to go again?
I'm ready.
Good luck. Here to introduce the challengers. He was talking about her, Summer Bartholomew. I think you've got a friend there. Whom did you bring us?
This student attends UC Berkeley from Los Angeles, California. Give a warm welcome to Tracy Board.
Hello there, Tracy.
And he's a student at Chico State from Westminster, California. Give a big hand to Tim Yasumatsu.
Hello there, Tim. See a little Anderson Bargain, Summer? Tim, you're at Chico State. What are you majoring in there, sir?
I'm an organizational communications major.
And what are your plans?
To work as a product or brand manager for a manufacturing company.
Oh, good luck with that, and good luck here. Nice to have you here. Tracy, how about you? UC Berkeley, what are your plans, and what are you majoring in?
I'm an economics major, and when I graduate, I'd really like to go into marketing or investment banking.
Sounds good. Nice to have you here as well.
Thank you.
$20 starts all 3 players off. Let's get into it with this. You might want to take the Honey Drippers up on the invitation to come with me to the Sea of... I didn't know who they were either. Does anybody know that what it is? What? Sea of Love. Come with me to the Sea of Love. All the Honey Drippers fans, unfortunately, were sitting out there. No one scores enough. In the slang term, what kind of jerk serves ice cream at a drugstore? Tracy.
A soda jerk.
Soda jerk it is. $5 for the correct answer. Tracy goes to 25. Next question. A skin disease or an elephant or a vintage auto? What is a pachyderm? Tracy.
An animal.
Yeah, do we accept that? More, please.
It's the animal question that you asked.
Yes, our judge says you got it for 5, yes. I think...
You an NBC News report. Here is Roger Mudd in New York.
Good afternoon. The State Department has just announced that for a number of years, the Soviets, presumably the KGB, have been using chemicals to track contacts between Soviet citizens and Americans, and that one of the chemicals, called NPPD, nitrophenylpentadiene, may cause genetic changes and may be carcinogenic. The White House reportedly has filed a strong protest and demanded immediate termination of the practice. This afternoon at the State Department, one of the briefing officers, Charles Redmond, gave this statement but refused to answer questions on the record.
Has recently determined that Soviet authorities, for a number of years, have used chemical substances to monitor the activities of employees at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. The substances in question, which have been applied indirectly to embassy personnel, leave deposits on the person or possessions of people with whom they have had contact. The most extensively used of such tracking agents, NPPD, nitrophenylpentadiene, has been determined through biological screening tests to be a mutagen. Mutagens can be, but are not always, carcinogens in human beings. Extensive testing will be necessary to determine whether NPPD and other compounds used by the Soviets pose a threat to health, as well as to determine the extent of the embassy's community, to determine the extent of the embassy community's exposure to these chemicals. Preliminary indications suggest that the levels of NPPD and other substances to which individuals may have been exposed is very low. There is no evidence to date that any embassy personnel have suffered ill effects due to exposure to tracking agents. Embassy Moscow's staff was briefed earlier this morning on what is currently known of the health implications of the Soviet Union's use of tracking agents. Unofficial Americans resident in the USSR, as well as other embassies which may have been targeted, are also being informed. A special task force under the leadership of the National Institute of Health and the Environmental Protection Agency has been established to conduct a thorough investigation into the long-term implications of exposure to NPPD and other tracking agents. The United States deplores the Soviet Union's use of chemical substances against its diplomatic representatives in the USSR. We have protested the practice in the strongest terms and demanded that it be terminated immediately. The United States will take every possible measure to ensure the safety and well-being of all American citizens in the Soviet Union and to determine the full implications of the risk to which they have been exposed.
That was Charles Redmond, one of the briefing officers at the State Department. Ann Garrels, who covers the State Department, you've done duty in Moscow. Why would the Soviets or the KGB use such a chemical? For what purpose, Ann?
Well, basically, officials here, and it stands to reason, would like to know which Americans are seeing which Soviets. It would be a way of seeing if Soviets were having contact with Americans, if they were receiving materials from Americans, because those materials would be tainted with this tracing agent, and if indeed Soviets were showing Americans materials, because if the American touched the material, the tracing agent would remain on the paper, for instance, and the Soviets could then, the KGB could then determine if perhaps there's espionage going on.
What do you mean material? You mean secret classified papers?
Exactly.
What do you know about the chemical itself, Ann?
So far, only what we've heard in the briefing. Officials here are wary about saying how dangerous it is. As Charles Redmond said, it's unclear just how life-threatening it can be in the end. Incidentally, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Soviet Union denied any knowledge of this, suggesting that it was a KGB operation that even they didn't know about. And it may well have been directed against members of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Soviet Union who were having contact with Americans who might be induced to spy for the United States.
This is not the first time the Soviets have tried to bug or microwave or track the embassy, is it?
Not at all. During the 70s, when I was there, the embassy was literally flooded with microwaves. It was never clear why the Soviets were doing it, although it was suspected that they could hear conversations in the embassy. Subsequently, in the late 70s, as a result of a fire at the embassy, U.S. officials discovered a tunnel the Soviets had dug under the embassy where they had a listening post. And indeed, this year, there were typewriters found in the embassy which the Soviets had gained access to and bugged.
And if, as Redmond says, it's been going on for a number of years, the practice, so why are we announcing it, or why is it being disclosed today?
Well, I'm not sure anybody really knew about it before. Certainly when I was in Moscow, no diplomats I knew, or certainly I had no knowledge that there was any of this, if you will, yellow powder. Apparently the curious thing about it is that you can't see it, that it was put on doorknobs or on your driving wheel, sprayed on, ironically, with aerosol cans, which Soviet consumers do not have access to. And it could not be washed off. It would stay on your hands or on your shoes or whatever for some time.
Ann Garrels at the State Department, as Mr. Redmond said, the U.S. Embassy in Moscow has already briefed the employees there about whatever health dangers there are from the chemical. And this afternoon, the embassy is calling in the bulk of the American community in Moscow, businessmen and journalists. That community numbers about 300. So to repeat, the State Department today has accused the Soviet Union of using a chemical to trace contacts between American citizens and Soviets. We'll have full details on the NBC Nightly News tonight. I'm Roger Mudd, NBC News, New York.
This has been an NBC News report. We now rejoin the program already in progress.
buy.
Here.
If one of them buys it, I will cook one of you dinner. Okay?
I'm not going to hold my breath.
That's something.
How can... Michael, why are you getting in my way? You're going to ruin it. No, Michael, I heard, is a great cook. Tim and Tracy, $700. It's great, though.
Filet mignon's expensive, though.
It is.
Bacon and,
You mean you would buy it for $11 if I gave you $400 for a filet mignon? Going once, going twice, and he's going to buy. Big buy, $11, but you've got the beautiful, beautiful Frigidaire, $400 in cash, cost you $11. We'll knock it off Tim's score. Did he make the right decision? He's down to 29. Back with this. What subject are you studying if you're working towards your LLB degree? Michael, will we accept that with a... No, sorry, the buzzer hit first, so you don't lose anything on that, Michael. It is a law degree, a law degree. No one scores on that either. Who is currently working on the 4th installment of his blockbuster movie, Rocky? Tim?
Sylvester Stallone.
That's exactly right. And over the $30 mark again is Tim. What popular American sport evolved from the British game of rugby? Michael?
Football.
Football is what it is. All three hands go up for the buzzer. Michael, the 30. What kind of creature is known by the scientific name Homo sapiens? Michael.
Man.
Us. That's right. And Michael goes to 35 within $5 of Tracy. What major U.S. city has a mayor named Ed Koch? Michael?
New York.
New York is right, and Michael is tying Tracy for the lead. Yeah. Talking about New York, I'm sure you know that New York has major traffic problems, but I'm sure the state law actually helps, and it is a New York state law. It states 2 vehicles which are passing each other in opposite directions shall have the right of way. No wonder New York cab drivers drive on the sidewalks. We'll be right back.
It's the JCPenney Back to School sale with jeans, jeans, jeans. For the big man on campus, 25% off plain pockets. For juniors, Hunt Club denims and twills, 25% off. Plus, 25% off plain pockets for school-age boys and girls. Preschoolers, too. The JCPenney Back to School sale. Send them off looking smarter than ever.
You're looking smarter than ever, JCPenney.
We at Planters have heard that shoppers are pushing, shoving, and yes, taking cans from sweet old ladies because they have to have our delicious new honey roasted nuts. Phyllis, we're on the air.
Oh.
Well, sure, they're irresistible. Sweet enough to please, salty enough to tease. But don't worry, there's plenty for everyone. Planters has cans. Planters has jars. Planters has a problem. Hey, guys.
New Planters honey roasted nuts. It's hard to keep them around.
We asked smokers to take the Topol stain test. Look at the results.
It's disgusting.
Yuck. It looks like the bottom of an ashtray.
Nicotine can stain your teeth the same way. That's why if you smoke, you should use Topol Smoker's Tooth Polish to help get rid of ugly tobacco stains.
I brush with it. I see my teeth are whiter than they were. I feel better. I feel more at ease.
Well, I smile a lot, and I think that says it all.
For whiter, brighter teeth, get Topol Smoker's Tooth Polish.
Oh, Sally, what happened? Oh, strained my back. I know what'll help. Doan's pills.
Good advice. Doan's pills for simple muscular backache pain due to overexertion, stress, or strain. Doan's pills contain magnesium salicylate, a painkiller found in no other leading analgesic, for relief of minor muscular backache pain for hours.
Just drop by to see how your back feels. Good enough to fold sheets. Thanks to taking Doan's pills.
Doan's pills. Use only as directed.
Tracy and Michael in the tie for the lead of 40. Tim's already picked up some of that money that he spent on that stove. He's up to 34, trails by just 6. Back to the fame game, $10 and $15 money cards up there. A famous person. I was born in England in 1947 and became an actor, singer, and musician. My career has been a series of contradictory changes, ranging from alien to decadent to fashion plate, all the while producing avant-garde music. I went from jazz saxophone to rock music, and my first recorded song was my own space oddity. Tim?
David Bowie.
David Bowie it is, yeah. Play the alien, I think the man who fell to Earth. Now, Tim, you've got a pick of the board.
Number 9.
And behind number 9, we have $15.
Into the lead now with a $15 money card added to his score. He's got a $9 lead. Maybe he was right in doing that buying. He was confident. Back to business. What is the occupation of the following fictional characters? Nero Wolfe, Lou Archer, Sam Spade. Tracy.
Detective.
That's right, Private Eyes, Detective Tracy to 45. The French word meaning mobile hospital is given to the vehicle used to transport the sick. Tracy.
An ambulance.
Ambulance is what it is. Tracy with a $1 lead. This Tex-Mex group's LP, How Will the Wolf Survive, was named among the top albums of the year by music critics. Name this band. It was the same band from the beginning there, the Los Lobos. Los Lobos. Tried to help you with, obviously some of their fans are out there. It is time for an instant bargain, and Tracy, you've got the lead all by yourself, but I must tell you, it is a $1 lead. You like this?
Wondering where to spend that next school break? Well, how about the island paradise of Curacao? We'll fly you and a guest from Los Angeles to Miami, where the gracious hospitality of the Dutch Caribbean begins with your nonstop flight from Miami to Curacao on ALM Antillean Airlines, furnished by ALM Antillean Airlines. Once there, you'll have an 8-day vacation at the Las Palmas Hotel and Vacation Villas in sunny Curacao. You'll enjoy deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, tennis, swimming, and nightly entertainment, furnished by the Las Palmas Hotel and Vacation Villas. And it's normally priced at $1,770. But today on Sale of the Century, it's yours for only $16.
Off they go to Curacao. Now, the question is, Tracy, are you going off to Curacao?
I would love to go out there and work on my tan.
A big girl has serious aspirations, obviously.
When she goes to Curacao, she has to be in fashion.
1770. No, I'm not going to give her any cash with this, but I am going to give her a chance at it, because you've got a slender lead.
Very slender.
$1,770 trip. It would cost you. You would be trailing. But you would be trailing by just the value of one question. You would be, if I sold you that trip for $6, you'd be at 44, and Tim would be ahead of you at 49. For $6. Going once, going to Curacao. Enjoy a great, great trip. Oh, we were talking about money. You're going to get some. Way to go. Tim, I think you were prophetic. You were talking about money. Let's see what we've got here. Tracy, I got to come over here. Work from money. What's that?
I think I'm going in style.
Would you like to count it yourself?
Oh, boy.
Sure, count the money out there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow, that's a great trip. Congratulations. And we've got a great game as we knock the $6 off her score. Back to it right after this. Good.
Shake it up. Bye-bye bottle dressings. Good Seasons Italian has a zesty taste you can't match.
Shake it. Come on, shake it up.
Shake it up. Mix it up fresh so all the sweet bell peppers, the garlic and spices burst with flavor. It's the zesty taste that's got bottle dressings all shook up.
Shake it. Come on, shake it up.
Shake it up. Good Seasons salad dressing. Shake up the zesty taste.
You're young, you're active, on the go. You wear Hanes too, and you know gentlemen prefer Hanes. Hanes too is sheer and shaped, it's true, at a price that's right for you. Gentlemen prefer Hanes.
Out of the package, the leading brand looks like this. Hanes too, like this. You choose.
Times have changed, but one thing's true. Looking good feels nice to you.
Beautiful fashion colors, starting at $275.
Why did Joan Collins disrupt Dynasty? And how did producers cut her down? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
How can you get your mate to open up? This week's National Enquirer tells you what are the best times to start your diet. Can Prince Rainier replace Grace with his stunning new fiancée? It's in the Enquirer. Have Wayne Newton and Miss Dallas Beauty found romance? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
There's no better way of saving the day than with the great taste of Ore-Ida. The deal didn't go, but one thing you know, you can't go wrong with Ore-Ida.
An absolute
absolutely irresistible potato patty that always bakes up crisp and brown right in the oven? Absolutely. Ore-Ida golden patties. You've made them before. You know it for sure.
You can't go wrong with Ore-Ida, 'cause when it says Ore-Ida, it's Ore-Ida.
Well, all three good players have gotten some nice things, and we've got a good game here. Tim at 49, Tracy at 44, Michael the champion at 40. Back with this. The Ark of the Covenant is said to hold what sacred tablets? Tim? 10 Commandments. 10 Commandments, and Tim loses 5, and the game is even closer. Tim goes down to 44, and Tracy is in a tie with him. Less than a question behind is Michael. By what name do we know the mountainous European nation called the Helvetian Republic? The honey drippers live there. Switzerland. Switzerland is the mountainous European nation. We tried to help you a little bit with that one. We'll soon be treated to 41 new episodes of this cartoon series featuring Tim.
The Jetsons.
Oh, you got that one, Tim. Just jumped on that. That's right. You're right. Yes. I can't wait for that. The Jetsons coming back. It's time now for the game. A $10 and $25 money card up on the board now. Famous thing. I was originally written as a poem in 1814. My author was a lawyer, and I was set to music by John Stafford Smith shortly after I was written. I was sung to the tune of an old English drinking song titled Anacreon in Heaven. I was inspired by the sight of the American flag flying, Michael.
National anthem.
More, please.
The national anthem of the United States of America.
More, please.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn.
Will we accept that? Our judge says we'll accept that. All right, good. The reason I was pausing there for
Star Spangled Banner.
That's right. I was sorry for a second there, but it written as a poem. The poem as the Star Spangled Banner became the national anthem. Our judges accepted it, and you got yourself a pick of the board, Michael.
Number 8.
And behind number 8, we have mystery money, or pick again.
Michael, you're trailing right now by $9. You could pocket some more cash or try to find a big money card. Tough decision for you.
Jim, I think I'll pick again, and I'll take number 5.
And behind number 5, we have vertical blinds. Lubridrate vertical blinds. Choose from over 100 new fabric colors and patterns. A modern window covering designed for easy care that rotates and traverses to control light and heat. Furnished by Lubridrate.
That's right. Boy, I mean, it's $500 worth of blinds, Michael.
Beautiful.
That's terrific. And incidentally, just to clarify that last one, we did not say we were looking for the title. We were looking for the song. It is indeed the national anthem. And now we finish up a great game with a speed round. 60 seconds on the clock, please. But before we get to that, I know our friends at home play along. Where are the other two big money cards?
Behind the 6 and the 7.
All right. That's for the people playing at home. And now with that 60 seconds on the clock, Tim at 49, Tracy at 44, Michael at 40. Here we go. Down to the wire. We start the speed round now. Which southern state is nicknamed the Peach State? Michael.
Georgia.
Right. According to a Dr. Seuss book, who stole Christmas? Tim.
The Grinch.
Right. What are you after if you are fly casting? Tracy.
Fish.
Right. To produce a sonic boom, a pilot must exceed what? Tim.
The sound barrier.
Right. For centuries, what country was led by czars and czarinas? Michael.
Russia.
Right. According to the title, what Swiss family was marooned on an island? Tim.
Robinson.
Right. On TV, who starred as Charles in Charge and Joni's boyfriend Chachi? Tim.
Scott Baio.
Right. What fish gave its name to the lovely Cape just southeast of Boston? Michael.
Cod.
Right. Quarter, half, and full Nelsons are holds in Michael.
Wrestling.
Right. What was the last name of our 2nd and 6th presidents? Michael.
Adams.
Right. What is the capital of France? Michael.
Paris.
Right. In the movies, who starred as Johnny Dangerously and Mr. Mom? Tim.
I don't know.
Time. Name the man who piloted the Spirit of St. Louis. Tim.
Lewis.
Wrong. Name the religious prayer known in Latin as the time is up, and Michael has won it again. Tim missed the one that he needed, and it cost him the championship. Spirit of St. Louis, piloted by Charles Lindbergh, and Johnny Dangerously, Mr. Mom starred Michael Keaton. Got to say goodbye to Tim and Tracy. And Tim, just a couple there at the end cost you, but you've got the range, $459 in cash, a one-day stay, $1,159. Good luck with your studies. Tracy, you've got the camera, the trip to Curacao, $1,049 in cash. You are well over $3,300 in cash and prizes. Enjoy the trip, and good luck with your studies. And Michael Shankman pulled it out with a speed round. Come on, Michael, to the winner's board. Wow. Good Congratulations.
That was exciting.
It was indeed. And now, Michael, we've already knocked a couple of nice prizes off there. Right now, you can find yourself his and her watches, a brass desk, beautiful sports car I know you like, and we gave a nice trip to Tracy. How about this trip to Hong Kong for you?
Experience the magic of the Far East on your trip to fabulous Hong Kong. You and your companion will have a week's vacation and will fly round trip from Los Angeles to Hong Kong via Northwest Airlines in the comfort of their jumbo 747 jets, furnished by Northwest Orient. Enjoy Hong Kong, the crossroads city of the Orient, with its legendary harbor, famous for exotic cuisine, silks, and its glittering nightlife. And this trip is worth $3,850.
That is a big trip. You know how to do it. You find a match. The prize is yours, Michael. Good luck. Start picking.
Number 6.
Number 6. Right away a win card. The next thing is an automatic match. Michael.
Number 11.
For the win. Oh! Congratulations! You just said, I'm going to go for those numbers. Way to go. Great instinct. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, wait.
Free, confident, tranquil. That's the feeling Tranquility gives men and women with minor bladder control problems. Tranquility's the only pad with this moisture locking system. Helps prevent the embarrassments of wetness. Helps keep you dry. The only pad that's easily flushable. Slips into an undetectable brief. Only Tranquility gives you all this. Lets you feel good about yourself. That's Tranquility.
Big Bird has flown the coop.
Oh, we're going to find him, all right, Bert.
Yeah.
I am going to find Big Bird wherever he is. You can help Big Bird get home again. In the Coronet Follow That Bird sweepstakes.
Birdie, I'm coming!
Win thousands of prizes and get the extra value of Coronet. So look for the Sesame Street offers and enter the Coronet Follow That Bird sweepstakes.
Hey, you remember what color he is? What? He's yellow.
Honey.
Michael's parents are happy. He's $19,939 richer. We'll see you as Calabee continues tomorrow. What channel we get you?
Some members of our studio audience and some of our contestants will receive introducing new Fiber One with more fiber and less sugar than other brand cereals. Fiber One has got more fiber and Artmatic cosmetics for our lips, nails, eyes, and cheeks that look like a million without costing a fortune. Artmatic, the art of beauty made affordable. Plus, Quickset bed locks help protect homes, the type of deadbolt recommended by many law enforcement agencies. Quickset, America's largest selling residential lock sets. And Advanced Formula Centrum contains vitamins and minerals in the USRDA to supplement your daily diet. Centrum from A to Zinc. Plus, Jerry Redding Milk and Honey shampoo and conditioner leaves your hair the way nature meant it to be. From Jerry Redding Milk and Honey. And Curity, when your family hurts, they need lots of TLC, Tender Love and Curity, the ouchless first aid products. Jim Perry's wardrobe furnished by Botany 500. Summer Bartholomew's wardrobe furnished by Augustus. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail value and are correct at the time of recording. This is Jay Stewart speaking. Sale of the Century is a Red Strandy production.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Boyd.
And I'm Carol Bland. It is Wednesday, August 21st.
In the headlines, survivors of the disastrous El Camino fire plan to meet tonight to discuss whether firefighters made some costly mistakes.
President Reagan's plan to test an anti-satellite missile has already drawn criticism from the Soviets.
Can money buy intelligence? Some computer experts say yes, it can.
And the State Department says that the Soviets are using chemicals to keep tabs on U.S. diplomats in Moscow. And in the weather, it's finally time to warm things up a bit.
A bit later, we'll find out why $41 million is causing quite a stir in New York City.
But first, the new news. Next.
Mercy hospitals have done something about Medicare bills.
Mercy 65 Plus is the only free program to